What opportunities do you see for STOs in the Korean market?
I think Korea is one of the most exciting markets in Asia.
Okay.
I think it is definitely one of my favorite places to go. Young, very tech-driven, very dynamic. Love cryptocurrency market. Love trading cryptocurrency market. One of the biggest in the world, and everything's digital. And it's the DNA of STOs is very much aligned with the DNA of Korea. I would say, just culturally. So I think that the market here is going to be huge. I think there's a lot to unpack. There's regulatory requirements that everyone needs to work out. But I have a lot of, this is our third trip up here in a year or two. We've got a lot of exciting Korean assets on our platforms that are for foreign investors. Tokenizing K-pop, tokenizing luxury wines. I mean, it's just getting started. But that's why we're here, because we think it's a huge opportunity and it's a big blue ocean opportunity. It's literally day one. So we're really bullish.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Crypto Crossroads. Today, we are going to discuss IXS and its tokenization of South Korean assets, including K-pop, K-content such as K-dramas, movies, and TV shows. Also, we will discuss the possibility that IXS is working with CP Group. But before we get started, do me a quick favor and hit the like and subscribe button. Check out my playlist on many deep dives and leave a comment. All right, let's get started. Julian Khan, the co-founder of IXS and InvestaX, stated that IXS will be tokenizing Korean assets. These South Korean assets include K-pop, K-content, K-dramas, reality TV shows, and South Korean movies that will be tokenized through IXS. Now, it's important to know that a lot of money is involved in these industries. And according to Bloomberg, it is estimated that South Korean cultural products will double in spending to $143 billion by 2030. Okay, so we know that Julian Khan and his companies InvestaX and IXS are connected worldwide. They are coming out of Singapore with connections to Australia and Thailand. So why are they expanding to South Korea? Well, I think the answer is straightforward. South Korea has one of the highest adoption rates towards cryptocurrency, and according to FinTech Weekly, South Koreans, about 32% of the South Korean population have engaged in the cryptocurrency market. But now, let's hear Julian Khan talk a little bit more about IXS involvement in the South Korean market.
We've tokenized luxury cars. We've tokenized wine and whiskey as an investment. Like an investment company that buys wine or whiskey as a commodity investment, STO shares, but you're actually accessing this, which is obviously very alternative. Carbon credits and other types of artwork. K content, which we're doing right now, which I think is amazing. Music, IP rights around, artist creations, whatever that is. So that's what I think is the most interesting.
Okay, so you heard it from the man himself. IXS can tokenize just about anything. In fact, in an IXS AMA recorded on November 2023, Julian told us that the South Korean RWAs will include IP rights to music, movies, TV shows, and even royalties. That sounds like IXS is trying to disrupt multiple industries. Let's hear Julian talk about this.
All of that's extremely bullish. We've been able to, the other things that we've been doing since the last AMA, we've been super busy. We've been in Thailand, we've been in Hong Kong for the FinTech Week, we've been in Korea for the STO Summit in Korea, they still call it STOs. The first one, where the whole market there is getting super bullish. So we love Korea. We've signed a bunch of partnerships. There's some really interesting K content that we're looking to tokenize. IP rights, music rights, royalties, movies, songs, and the Korean market is loving us. and the fact that we've been, at it for quite some time already.
Okay, so Julian Kahn told us IXS is tokenizing South Korean assets, but he never told us which companies were involved. So I took a deeper look and I came across his LinkedIn profile. And there he has a post detailing the South Korean event and how fruitful it was. But then again, he didn't mention any specific companies, but he did say that 50 new partnerships came from that event alone. Then he also mentioned Netflix investment of $2.5 billion to produce more South Korean content such as K-dramas, reality TV shows, and movies. Now, according to the Harvard Business Review, it is true that Netflix did indeed invest $2.5 billion to produce more South Korean content. And it also states that K-pop brought about $5 billion to the South Korean economy. Now, remember, these are not shots to Wando, but IXS is allowing anybody, just anybody, including retail, to invest in these RWAs with as little as $1. So, in other words, by IXS connecting to South Korean assets and tokenizing them, this platform is giving anybody access to intellectual property rights and royalties. This makes IXS the first company to ever tokenize K content. And I mean, Julian Kahn is really an innovating entrepreneur because he created the first carbon neutral hotel back in China. And he also co-founded the first crowdfunding tokenization platform in the entire region of Asia. Now, let's hear Julian Kahn talk about giving everybody access to South Korean assets.
If I can go through them quickly, I think access to new products.
Okay.
Global.
They have more choice.
Global access to global products. We're looking at tokenizing the first K content, STOs, and allowing all investors around the world to invest, retail investors. Okay. If I can go through them quickly, I think access to new products.
Okay.
Global.
They have more choice.
Global access to global.
Okay, so we know that K-pop is a music genre popular in South Korea, but we also have T-pop, which is a popular genre in Thailand. So, what does IXS have to do with Thailand? Well, during the time that Julian Kahn was presenting in South Korea and made 50 partners, he also visited Thailand. And if you're asking yourself, well, what's in Thailand? Well, then I would tell you that CP Group, one of the biggest investment banks in Thailand, is heavily influencing the blockchain space in more than one way. Now, for this particular topic, we're going to speculate on a potential connection between IXS and CP Group. But before we do, listen to this video.
The other things that we've been doing since the last AMA, we've been super busy. We've been in Thailand, we've been in Hong Kong for the FinTech Week, we've been in Korea for the STO Summit in Korea.
Okay, so we know that CP Group is heavily influencing Thailand and that IXS was visiting Thailand possibly to make connections. So let's talk about CP Group and its recent venture into the T-pop and K-pop industry. According to the Nation Thailand website, on May 27, 2025, CP Group came together with a big South Korean music agency called TheBlackLabel to create a company called TheBlackSea. The focus of this joint venture is to advance the industry of the T-pop, the Thailand pop musical genre. Now, bear in mind that TheBlackLabel is a company that is quite experienced in the K-pop industry, and it's an associated company to YG Entertainment. Now, YG Entertainment is a company that manages a lot of South Korean groups, including BlackPink. And honestly, I don't know much about this group, but if you have any questions about it, then feel free to make your way down to Twitter X and contact Pure8, who apparently knows a lot about the group. Actually, there is at least one thing I know about BlackPink, and that is that in 2025, their network is worth $85 million. All right, so let's do a quick recap. CP Group came together with TheBlackLabel to create a joint venture called TheBlackSea, which focuses on advancing the T-pop industry in Thailand. Another thing about CP Group is that it's partnered with a company called Line, which happens to be partnered with IXS. So here, let's just speculate for a second. IXS created partnerships to tokenize South Korean assets around the same time that the team visited Thailand. And IXS is also partnered with Line, a partner of the CP Group. So, do you guys think that there is any possibility that IXS in the near future will tokenize T-pop assets that belong to the CP Group and the TheBlackLabel? I mean, this will include anything regarding, TV shows, dramas, movies, IP rights, and royalties. Honestly, I don't think this is out of the question, but there's no evidence that's pointing towards this. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Okay, so let's do a quick recap, but before we do me a quick favor and hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment in the comment section and share this video with your friends. And also, check out my like link and IXS deep dive playlist. And also make sure to take a look at some of my friends here on YouTube. We have Black Rue, Shook Focus Digital, Crypt Technicals, and Luke the Deeper Dive, who always condense hours and hours of research into their videos. Thank you. Now let's get started with the recap. Okay, so we talked about South Korea having one of the highest adoption rates towards crypto. And we also talked about how IXS is tokenizing K-content, K-pop, including music, IP, royalties, movies, and TV shows, right? And that this was all possible because IXS partnered with over 50 Korean companies. We also talked about IXS visiting Thailand, which happens to be the headquarters for one of the biggest investment banks known as CP Group. We speculated on a potential connection between IXS and CP Group, and we also talked about CP Group's joint venture with one of the biggest, or one very prominent music agency in South Korea known as TheBlackLabel. Together, they created a joint venture called TheBlackSea. So there we have it, guys. We know that IXS comes out of Singapore. They are connected to Australia and now South Korea. So the question is Thailand next, and will CP Group be involved? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. And as always, thank you for tuning in. And remember, God is good. Peace.